So, brother Zakir,
Yeah.
mashallah, and in regards to what advice would you give to yourself, the younger self, knowing what you know now, in regards to setting goal, ambition? What's your advice on that?
I think when you're thinking about setting goals and ambition as somebody who's quite young, when maybe in your late teens, your early teens, or early adolescence, have those goals, keep them in mind, but break them down as well. Sometimes a goal can seem like it's too big of a goal, and it takes you much longer to achieve those. But if you actually break things down and create milestones for yourself, certain objectives to hit to achieve the bigger goal, it's a lot more easier to digest. And also keep those goals to yourself. Don't go and promote yourself and say this is what I'm doing and need to be validated by others. I think you should keep your objectives and your goals to yourself, and actions should speak louder than words, as opposed to you talking about the goals and actually there's no real progress. So have the goals, but break them down. I think smaller milestones, smaller goals are easier to hit than maybe what might seem a really large goal, and then you start to get disheartened maybe when you're not seeing the results and progress as fast as you want.
What about for with goal ambition to go for? Sometimes you think, oh, you go for this one, no, it's not that one, and you go for that one, it's not that one. So how would you focus? What would you advise regarding that?
I think it's okay to have different goals. At different stages of your life, you might want to be something, or might want to do something, or achieve something by a certain age that might not pan out the way you want. You might have a goal and then suddenly you decide, actually I've got a different goal. Same thing with, like, if you were studying or if you're working a job and you're doing the job for so many years, and then you suddenly wake up and realize one day, I'm just not fulfilled, or I don't want to do this anymore, I want to do something else. So I think that's natural. Change is always going to be there.
So what you're saying is, try as many your goals as possible, right? When you're young.
I would say that don't think anything other than the fact that you're changing goals. Don't read too much into it. It doesn't really mean that
you failed or anything.
You failed or anything. Yeah, lots of people start over. Yeah, it's okay to have multiple goals. It's okay to have a goal, achieve it, and then think, actually this is not what I want. Or it's okay to fail as well whilst reaching a goal. But the most important thing, I think, is that you've tried. You never know unless you try. A lot of people work towards a goal and they give up just before they achieved the goal, not knowing how close they were. If they only were to look back, they'll realize, look how far I've come, and look how much more I might have needed to go to achieve it. And in some cases, it's very little, right? And things can happen at lots of different stages of your life as well. It's all right to have multiple goals. I don't think that you should think of it in any other way apart from, I've just got goals to achieve and those are certain things that I want to do. Explore the goals whilst you're young. That's the only real time that you're going to have time. Once you start getting older, getting married, you have children, you'll realize how valuable time is. You don't really have a lot of time once you're in those situations. So whilst you're young, once you've got the energy, you should explore every single opportunity that you can if you're trying to achieve something. And don't think that having multiple goals is necessarily a bad thing, or having a goal and then halfway switching it is a bad thing.
Or failed many times.
Or if you failed many times, you've got to fail at goals, at things, to understand where you went wrong, right? No one just succeeds. You'll find that on many occasions, and there's loads of different examples of all these people that we know now that failed multiple times. The creator of Alibaba, Jeff Bezos, how many people turned around and said it's not going to work? How many people turned around and said it's crazy? All these other individuals that we see today, and we think they just got lucky one day. We don't see all the hard grit and all the effort that went in behind it, all the years of failures that they might have felt as well. For example, this extreme example, but just to give you some context, if to achieve a goal, it's a lot of success, a lot of failures that's needed in order to kind of pivot and move and understand and realize where I need to make changes to finally achieve that goal.
That's beautiful. Jazakallah khair for that.